Hey, what's up guys? So this is going to be my very first video diary. I've never done anything like this before. I'm not a big talker. I rarely speak on the spot in front of big crowds. So I'm going to try to do my best to communicate my thoughts in the clearest way possible. And yeah, let's get this thing started. So what's this thing all about? Well, kind of give you a few hints. There's this creaky rocking chair here, and the room is just really brightly lit. So take a guess. What could this possibly hint at? Well, I'm going to start making films. I've been wanting to do this for a couple of years now. Since college. Back in grad school, I actually applied for USC Film School, and I got in. But unfortunately, I had to, reject the admission because it's too big of a risk. Tuition was just going to be way too much. I didn't know how I was going to pay it off. It's kind of a gamble. You don't know how far you're going to end up in film. With a career in film, it's really how much you believe in yourself, and not everyone makes it. And yeah, I wasn't willing to go that far. So I figured I was going to continue on with my studies in engineering, and a couple of years down the line I would be able to finance my film projects. And so here I am. First off, let me tell you how why I decided to get things started. Finally, after the past few years. Every year I go to Comic-Con, and I go there to see directors, producers, talk about their projects, and it's just always been really inspiring. And I was at Comic-Con last weekend, and for the first time I managed to attend the film school seminar there. And the lecturer there, he's like a low-budget filmmaker. He just gave so many great filmmaking tips, so much great advice, and just a lot of hands-on practical knowledge that you need to know to make a low-budget film. And I also I was fortunate to see Guillermo del Toro, Peter Jackson, Jon Favreau, and Steven Spielberg talk. And all of them were saying, we're giving advice to amateur filmmakers. You just need to get out there and make your films. That's how you gain experience. And the thing about filmmaking is it's a trial and error process. You learn from your mistakes, and gradually your films get better and better. A lot of people, myself included, we just get wrapped up in our own thought processes, and we want to have everything planned out ahead of time. But yeah, that's not what filmmaking is. You just need to go out there, take a risk, and get it done. Get a film made. So that's what I'm doing. I don't even have everything planned out yet. But yeah, I'm kind of experimenting, figuring out, budgeting, scheduling, logistics right now. So let's see. The first thing I'm going to talk about is equipment. You'll notice that I'm in a brightly lit room. So the first thing I brought were lights. Considering I'm doing this low budget, I went to Home Depot, and let me show you. I got this work light. It's about 5 feet tall. Each of the bulbs are 500 watts each, so it's a total of 1,000 watts. And this thing cost me $32. So it's a pretty good deal. And it makes the room insanely bright. It feels like daytime in here. Yeah, so other lights I got were these clamp lights. Here, I'll show you the box. 10.5-inch Brooder clamp light with porcelain socket. And they cost me about $13 each. The bulbs, which are 200 watts, were about $3 each. This lamp actually has a 300 watt capacity. So, but yeah, here's the lamp light. It's actually like really bright already. So total on lighting, if I do the math right, it probably costs, let's see, about $60, which is, yeah, not a bad deal. Considering like professional filmmakers, they spend like, you know, hundreds and hundreds of dollars on professional lighting, and you can still achieve, you know, really good results. So yeah, that's it for lighting. Next, I'm gonna need an HD camera. I was considering getting one for $2,000. It's like it's made by Sony, used by professionals, but I decided against it. I'm actually now gonna get maybe like a much cheaper one, still an HD camera, but it's gonna cost me like maybe $300 to $500. But I figured, you know, movie making, it's more about storytelling. You know, people aren't really gonna remember, you know, the picture quality of your film. They're gonna remember, you know, the story, your characters. You know, that's really gonna stick to their heads, not all the technical stuff. So I realized I can accomplish the same results with a much cheaper camera. So that's gonna save me, you know, pretty hefty sum. Next, I'm gonna talk about microphones. So that's something that I still need to look into and research, but I am planning on getting a boom mic. Those are used for like capturing sound from long distances when you actually want to target like an audio source. So yeah, I'm probably gonna look into one of those the next few weeks. And finally, I'm gonna need a MacBook Pro, and most likely Final Cut Pro 7. Just because, yeah, I know that like a lot of professional filmmakers do use that, and it's just, you know, I feel like it's a lot more reliable than the PC I have now. So that's gonna cost me like maybe like $1,500 total. And yeah, so I'm still in the process of, you know, budgeting all that out. Anyways, let's move on to crew. I'm planning on going on Craigslist and, you know, finding actors. One, maybe a director of photography. Two, let's see, a storyboard artist. But for me, that's, at the moment, it's kind of optional. I don't feel like it's that critical. I can always draw the storyboards myself. But next, I'll also need a composer and an editor, which is probably, I consider, the most critical of crew that I need. Yeah, and, you know, I'm just gonna, you know, make postings on Craigslist. You know, a lot of people who want to get into the film industry, they will actually work for no pay because they just want to get their own material out there and get their name known. So pretty much all you have to do is you promise to give them a copy of the film that you shoot, and, you know, they can just add it to their credentials and promote themselves that way. So which is pretty cool because it saves me, you know, a ton of money in the end. Yeah, so that's pretty much everything that I'm thinking through right now. And over the next few weeks, I am going to have to start getting some screenplays written and just like brainstorming ideas, getting my creative juices flowing. Let me show you, you know, some resources that I'm looking through right now. I have a couple of books from my old film classes. or just like other books that I bought myself. These are like all my screenwriting books. Dramatic writing, Aristotle's Poetics for Screenwriters, write screenplays that sell. And then this is like a 1,000-page directing book that I've actually read, but I'll need to look through it again. It's pretty crazy. But it pretty much provides everything you need to know about directing. So yeah, it's gonna come in handy. And this pretty much taught me everything that I now know about screenwriting. So it's, yeah, one of the best resources that I have. And then I even bought this sketchbook. Just to, channel my creative side, start maybe sketching out new characters that I want in my films, backgrounds, whatever. But yeah, it's all part of my creative process. So, you'll notice that I'm trying to balance the camera right now. It's actually on a cheap mic stand I have because I don't have a tripod. So going back to equipment, I'm gonna need a tripod for my camera, which is, it's pretty much critical, or it's pretty much required, for filmmaking. If you want your shots to be, completely steady, you don't want to be like holding it in your hand and shaking. So tripods pretty much cost about 20 to 30 bucks. They're surprisingly cheap. You can get like a really good tripod for 30 bucks. So yeah, that's not too bad. So I'm gonna also be looking into that. Anyways, that's pretty much all I wanted to go through for this first diary. And for the next diary, I plan on already having my HD camera by then, so maybe I can kind of explain why I chose that camera and go through the specs. And so yeah, that's pretty much all I have for now. I plan on making a diary every week, just to open you guys up to the whole, experimental filmmaking process that I'm going through. It's also for myself to keep myself up to speed on things. Like, if there's one week where I'm not making much progress, then there's not going to be a video, and I'm going to be embarrassed. No, but yeah. Anyways, that's all I have. Thanks for watching my video, and tune in to the next one. Alright, later guys.